Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Meatbillis and this is Literally Graphic. And today I'm doing my first A to Z of queer lit video, something I've wanted to do for a long time, but it took time. And even at this point, I haven't posted all the reviews of these books yet. See links below for all the ones I have posted, but I've read most of them and filmed all the flip-throughs, so you have something to look at, which is the most important thing anyway. This challenge was started by Kathy Trissard. Sorry for butchering your name. And I have linked to their playlist here. These books are going to fall across the spectrums of sexuality and gender, race, country, and genre, so hopefully something for everybody. Some of these books are own voices, some might be, and some are not, but they are all books that seem to be doing good things for queer comics, in my opinion. But let's cut to the chase. A is for The Abandoned by Sophie Campbell, a graphic zombie apocalypse in a hurricane on Georgia's coast. Follow a group of macabre misfit teens as they try and figure out what the heck is going on. I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. B is for Bloom, written by Kevin Panetta, with art by Savannah Ganushia. Follows the coming-of-age friendship and blooming romance of young Ari, the son of a baker who wants to go to the big city with his band. Super cute. C is for Check Please by Ngozi Ukazu. Eric Brittle is a skater, vlogger extraordinaire, and amateur patisserie. It's a story about hockey and friendship and bros and trying to find yourself during the best 4 years of your life. End quote. D is for Drama, a middle grade title by Raina Telgemir and published by Scholastic's graphic novel arm Graphics. I read this book back in 2018 and was very happy with how the main character Callie can be both cute and tomboyish with no angst. If I remember correctly, it's one of Callie's friends who comes out, but I have noted that it's a very sweet story of acceptance, much to the dismay of a number of homophobic reviewers. E is for Eleanor Cruz's The Times I Knew I Was Gay, a pretty low-key, twisting and turning coming out journey. Coming out can be a pretty circuitous process, but hindsight is 2020. F is for First Year Out, a transition story by Sabrina Symington, a fictionalized account of the real-life experiences of the author and her community as trans women. G is for Gender Slices by Jay Pulik, the book that will go down in history as the one I added to Goodreads. Lol. This collection of short autobiographical comics follows Jay's life as a trans and non-binary person in a ciscentric world. H is for Heartstoppers, a much-hyped book I haven't read yet. It's only a trilogy, but it looks like I'll be breaking it up into 2 reviews as my library still only has the first one. I am confused. TLDR, Charlie, a highly strung, openly gay overthinker, and Nick, a cheerful, soft-hearted rugby player, meet at a British all-boys grammar school. Friendship blooms quickly, but could there be something more? My guess is yes, but we shall see. I is for Iceman, Volume 1, Thawed Out. Was recommended to me by Queer Comics Database and was a book starting with I, which I haven't found many of so far. I am interested in dipping my toe into a bit more X-Men related material, so this should prove interesting. J is for Julie Morrow's Blue is the Warmest Color, a book I've meant to read for a pretty long time. Will it live up to the hype? You'll have to come back to see. TLDR, Clementine is a junior in high school who seems average enough. She has friends, families, and the romantic attention of the boys in her school. When her openly gay best friend takes her out on the town, she wanders into a lesbian bar where she encounters Emma. K is for Kiss Number 8 by Colleen A.F. Venable and Ellen T. Crenshaw, a young adult comic that I really enjoyed but does come with a content warning for description of transphobia. If you are in a place to read that, Kiss Number 8 is a story of survival, coming of age, and reconciliation. L is for My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness by Kabi Nagata. This very popular nonfiction manga follows the mangaka's coming out process. Brutally honest, content warning for not being in the best place mentally. M is for My Brother's Husband by Gengoro Tagami, a very cute and wholesome manga about a man and father getting to know his deceased brother's husband. Extra points, the husband is Canadian. I don't really get to judge these things, but I would say this is probably a major touchstone in gay male representation in manga. Continuing this run of manga, and is for No Matter How I Look at It, It's Your Guys' Fault I'm Not Popular by Nom de Plume Nico Tanigawa. The one title not generally labeled as queer, my own experience with queerness felt really relatable to a lot of the gender and social ineptness that Tomoko Kuroki goes through. So here it is. O is for Our Dreams at Dusk by Yuki Kamatani, a fictional manga about a high school student coming to terms with his own sexuality and finding queer community. P is for Princess Ever After by Katie O'Neill of T-Dragon's fame. This short read about two princesses effortlessly highlights queer joy and love in a very wholesome, all-ages way. Q is for, as of yet, fairly short series of pocket-sized non-fiction comics, namely The Quick and Easy Guide. My last review is for They/Them pronouns, queer and trans identities, and consent. They also have a quick and easy guide to sex and disability, which I am hoping to also review in the near future. R is for Robert Kirby's The Book of Boy Trouble, a collection of short stories edited by Kirby that I read a number of years ago but didn't end up doing much talking about since. Apparently it's cute and underground-ish if my short review is to be believed. I am certainly looking forward to re-reviewing it. S is for Spinning, an autobiographical comic by Tilly Walden that I absolutely fell in love with back in 2018. Quote, Spinning captures what it's like to come of age, come out, and come to terms with leaving behind everything you used to know. End quote. Against the backdrop of ice skating. T is for They Called Us Enemy, which was a group effort to record George Takei's childhood during the American internment of people of Japanese descent. Not any queer content, and I know that people do have some legitimate concerns with George Takei, but I do feel like it's a very important time in history that all settlers in Turtle Island, because it happened in so-called Canada too, need to be closely attuned to, and this wins as the better of the two comics I've read on the topic. U is for Up and Out, a super late bloomer, in a newspaper-style webcomic that features creator Julia Kay's transition. V is for Kat Verhoeven's Meat and Bone, a queer slice of life drama about dating and eating. And W is for the often highlighted short series World of Wakanda by Roxane Gay, where we start the development of Black Panther's Dora Milaje out of the 90s and straight into the 21st century, follow the Midnight Angels as they break free of the pretense of tradition and forge their own paths. X is for Wendy Zhu's artwork in Mooncakes, words by Suzanne Walker. This very quiet, formerly webcomic, rural fantasy romance is super adorbs with a touch of action. Another coming-of-age story that gets extra points for the closely knit community. Y is for Yes Roya, a historical fiction MMF erotic romance I recently reviewed, and SFW. It's well paced, the art is spot on, and it gets a bit meta with the characters being cartoonists themselves. And finally, Z is for Jesse Zabarsky's Witchlight, a fantasy queer romance that combines many of the things I loved about Princess, but with Stardust vibes, and a completely different art style. I don't know. Just check it out. Lol. And with that, I will just wrap things up. Please drop all of your favorite queer recommendations in the comments for everyone to enjoy. I already have a pretty good start on the next A to Z Queer Lit video, so hopefully that one will take me less than 2 years to complete. And as always, Literally Graphic is recorded on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation. I live here because of British colonization, Indigenous genocide, and more geographically specific, Treaty 13, also known as the Toronto Purchase, which was finalized in 1805 between representatives of the Crown and certain Mississauga peoples. This treaty was a lie and has since been broken many times over. Saying so reflects only my own small steps towards knowing the truth and does nothing for reconciliation.